Hey people, welcome to episode 35. So I'm trapped in here. Or am I? Ah! My famous doors. It works with connected textures with chisel as well, which is really cool. Yeah. So the beginning of this episode is just going to be a little bit of update. So this thing is enormous now because it was just too slow. So in order to keep up with 3 of these factories, I need to get 21 chemical crystallizers and 21 chemical washers to make sure that these things were doing enough work. Otherwise they just weren't getting the work and some of them were idle all the time and things like that. There's still only one of these at the back of each, so there's not 21 of these ones. But it uses a heck of a lot of power. Just to give you an idea, over here I set up this little thing. I filled up this basic energy cube which holds 2 megajoules, mechanism megajoules in it, and then I wanted to put that into an RF cell so I knew how much. So 2 megajoules of mechanism power is worth 800,000 RF, so that means each megajoule is 400 RF. Each kilojoule is 400 RF, sorry. And this uses 400 joules a tick, so it's a lot. Overall, it's a heck of a lot of power to run this system constantly. It's something like, I think it's slightly under half to run all of this factory now on the reactor that we have. So for those of you saying that the reactor is a bit cheap, well, eventually you end up maxing it out. So yes, we have that thing. The other thing I have gone and done is, if you come with me to our Nexus, in here and across the way, I need some copper, and through this portal we end up here. Where is here? Well, if you're paying attention to the mini-map, we're 183 blocks up in the sky with a golden ring. For those of you that know Ars Magica, shut up. Those of you that know Ars Magica, that means we are wanting to summon a air elemental. Why an air elemental? Well, one of the big problems that I've had, and I've already fought it a couple of times to make sure it works, so I've actually reached what I needed in testing. No, this one. But if we come along to the Ars Magica room and look in our Oculus, we have the 3 talent points up here. Blue, which is tier 1, green, which is tier 2, and red, which is tier 3. And what I needed was augmented casting, which is tier 3, but to get to that I needed 2 green talent points for mana regen 2 and spell motion. So with those 2 learnt, I just spent one of my red infinity orbs and then got augmented casting. Augmented casting lets me get to some of those recipes that I wouldn't otherwise be allowed to make, just due to the fact that I didn't have augmented casting. So in order to do that, we want to fight the air elemental. I should probably put some things away before I do that. Where am I going? Part of me still wants to run through the halls rather than use the portal system. But it is much faster to use the portal system. And we seem to be out of power. Did you unload again? Yes, you did. That is so annoying. And it always falls down. I really should put a cover block under that so it doesn't but I can't put a cover block under it because my diamond saw is in the system, which is currently locked out because it refuses to connect. Yeah, that's one of the problems with the older version of ME2 that is now discontinued thanks to 1.7. So yeah, 1.6 is on borrowed time. But we are now connected again. You know what? While I am at it, cover. Come with me. Cover. We will go down here. And next time I have to break it, hopefully that will stop it from falling through. Yeah. Alright. Put that stone back. Put that back here. Essence. Cool. So this fight is odd and annoying. I don't really like doing it, but it is the easiest of the elementals that give you a green point, if you ask me, especially for where we are at in Ars Magica. So I come through this portal now with my happy little air essence, and all I have to do is throw it into the middle, and no, that's not the middle. Throw it into the middle, and there he is. And he happens to be thermal. So what we're going to infernal. What we're going to do is we're just going to run away and hope he despawns, because I'm not going to fight an infernal one. That's suicide. And I'm just going to let him unload. And see, it's happened again. What the heck? What the heck, game? Come on now. Yeah, it worked. Stop it. Stop doing that. You were chunk loaded. That shouldn't happen. Essence. Hopefully he has already despawned. But we're about to find out. Nope. You know what? What's your stuff? Gravity and 1-up. I don't think 1-up is working in this version, so we'll just fight him in the dark. This is, you know, part of why he's so annoying to fight, because you just get thrown around and it's not fun. You also have to hit him while he's spinning, or else he'll break blocks. He also unequips items off you, which I guess that's actually an interesting concept, but I still kind of find it annoying because he does it so regularly. Yeah. All in all, Minecraft really just needs an overhaul to its combat system before somebody like this air elemental becomes actually fun to fight. Come on. You can see just how little damage I've done to him so far. And I am fairly decked out. Doesn't help that he's infernal, because infernal gives him extra health. And boy am I glad I'm basically invincible, because I would already be dead. Yeah. Stop that. Also stop breaking my blocks. Yeah, you have to hit him while he's spinning, or else he just breaks everything. So I'm going to speed up this fight for your interest, because it's going to take a while. See you soon. Dang it, and that keeps happening. I solved that last time by using a lever, but I'm kind of glad I don't have to fight him anyway now. He actually despawns the moment he walks through that portal. It's really weird. But if we go back to the factory, that means I can respawn him. and I'm only going back for some food. What? It has not been this frequent ever, but it's happening every single time now. Whatever. Alright. Food. I was about to write food. Bread. Alright. Let's fight a non-infernal version. And this time what I'm actually going to do is, instead of taking a lever, I'm actually going to just do that. Yay! It's not infernal anymore. Alright, see you soon. Okay, we are back. Get myself a miniature yellow heart, some air essence, one to replace it, and one extra one, and an infinity orb. So now I have a new green point, which I'm going to invest somewhere. The hole in the roof, by the way, is what happens when you let him finish his little twirly dance. But really, it's my biggest problem with Ars Magica bosses. They seem to have too much health, and I actually wonder about the feasibility of fighting and beating the bosses. Even the jellyfish, if you're just using vanilla and Ars Magica, if that's your only two mods, I really do wonder about your ability to win. Doesn't seem feasible to me. Or at least, even if it is, it's going to take a long, long time to beat them. Please close. Alright. I could actually very easily fix that not closing problem by having proper redstone mechanisms attached. So, what I'm going to do now is I am just going to spend the screen point with you on camera. But then I'm going to go away and figure out what we're going to do next for this episode. Because this episode is a bit of a intermediary step while we figure out what we're doing now that we've done all the ore processing for Mechanism. And part of me wants to finish off Ars Magica, and part of me also wants to delve deeper into blood magic. Freeze, Astral, Blind, Ignition. Don't have any blue points, so can't invest there. I really do like Harvest, so I'm going to get Harvest. I like the utility spells. I'm especially a fan of Nature as an affinity, so that's the direction we're going to take. So yep, I'm going to cut here, and I'll see you soon once I have a gameplay. Alright, I'm back. I've done a couple of things off camera. The first of which was I made a whole bunch of ritual stones and master ritual stones because I do want to get back into blood magic ASAP. But before we do that, and I also made all the sigils that I possibly can up to this point, just so that I have them on hand. But I've got a couple of book and quills in my inventory because what I want to do is I want to use Harvest and Plant, which are two of the Ars Magica spell types that I've picked up recently, and I want to turn them into a spell. However, I've had to wait until I got AoE for that, and AoE is utility? No. Offense, here it is. Area of effect, and it required a green point. And I needed that to make Harvest or Plant at all useful, because without them what ends up happening is that you only plant on a single tile or harvest on a single tile, which is totally useless. So first things first, we want it to be a area of effect projectile. We only want one mode. What are you telling me? Area of effect is a terminus shape, and any shape after it will not apply. See the compendium for more information. Right, okay, that's fine. So it needs to be a projectile area of effect. Right. And then we want it to be, we'll make the harvest one first since it's right there. And we'll call it harvest. Harvest 1. Right, it's harvest 1. And then we want projectile, area of effect, and where is plant? Dig light plant. Area of effect plant. Yoink. Right, so now we have our 2 spells. They only have 1 mode each. And they're going to take a bunch of any light, neutral, dark. That isn't specifically 1000 of light, 1000 of neutral, 1000 dark, or else it would list it. It's just any of them. And I have plenty of light, so I'll use light actually. Air Essence, Moonstone, Snowball, Arrow, Vintium Dust, Black Rune, TNT, Green. TNT is, I think TNT and the Essence is, and the Air Essence and the Moonstone is the area of effect components. And then we need a Green Rune, 2 Seeds, Oak Sapling, and Spell Parchment. And this one won't be too much different. Shears and a Spell Parchment and a Green Rune. Alright, so I'm going to go gather these components and I'll be back once I have them. Okay, I'm back and I think I have everything I need. I've got the 2 blank runes, basically everything's doubled except for a couple of things, which is like the shears, the oak saplings and the seeds specifically. So we'll just put you away. Nature Training, that was the thing I made off camera, hoping to get some affinities, but it costs a lot of mana. So the first one we're going to make is whatever that one is, and we also want to ensure that this is going to that, and that is going to here. Ugh, I hate it when this happens. It doesn't quite reach, so what I need to do in the future is get some nodes set up. There we go, cool. Get some, what are they called? @mod.ars. These Ethereum conduits set up around the place so that the batteries can actually reach toward the altar. Alright, so let's get started. I don't know which one we're making right now because I accidentally didn't name the book. Except, so that must be Harvest then because I named that one. Blank Rune. Vintium Dust, Arrow, Snowball, Moonstone, Air Essence, Mana, TNT, Green Rune, Shears, and Spell Parchment. Hey, where'd my Spell Parchments go? I had 2 of them. That's weird. Spell Parchment. Right, now we have Harvest. So we'll just make sure that's named correctly, and Harvest you can look like... You can look like the blue vines. There we go. Actually, make it look like green lines for some reason. Reminds me of crops, you see. Okay, so next one, take that spell. Yeah, take that spell off there. Put it away. Spell on here. Blank Rune. Vintium Dust, Arrow, Snowball, Moonstone, Air, Magic, TNT, Green Rune, Seeds, Oak Sapling, Seeds, spell parchment. Yay! And we will rename you Growth 1. Right. And you will look like Happy Green Vines. Sweet. Now we have Growth 1. Spellbook. You can leave now because you won't be needed. But Harvest there and Growth there, and now we have 3 spells. And just to show you how those work, I should really learn to take that off when I'm done with it, so that the next time I go to make a spell it won't cause problems. Put that Pentium dust back. Put you in here. Actually, you know what? Spellbooks have this area for a reason. There we go. So, if I go to the portal and go to the agriculture section, and this is all just going to be for show and tell. I'm going to harvest up these coal. And why am I doing it with my hand? I have no idea. Harvest. Huh. Okay, it might not work on magic crops, but let's see if it works on these. Just take these wheat and change to plant. And it planted the coal crops, but it didn't harvest them. Go back to harvest. It's not harvesting those either. Methinks it might be bugged. What happens if I... Nothing. Okay. Because there's no spell modes anymore with Ars Magica, like, well, there's no, like... What am I trying to say? There's no, like, low, medium, or high version of a spell. It is now spell modes, so, like, touch, projectile, and self, right? And then you define those things. I don't know whether you can define stronger spells in the modes, or whether that area of effect is as big as it's going to get. Odd. Okay, so I'm going to come into here and go into the Enchiridion. Let's take a look-see. It's Magica Compendium. Component. No? Area of effect. You can shape it into a blast. It radiates outwards from the spell origin. If gravity is applied, AoE will search downwards for blocks to apply to. Ah, see, I should have put gravity on it. That's the problem. I don't have gravity. This is useful for lowering a hill without changing its natural shape and many other things. An AoE spell will not affect the caster. Yeah. Radius is how you make it bigger. Increases the radius of zone and AoE spells. And I don't have radius yet. So we're going to have to look into that a bit further. So I need to modify that spell book that I have. And to do that, you can in fact go through here and then go to the Ars Magica room. I should put that Enchiridion back because it's slightly bugged and messes with your inventory while it's out. In fact, let me just check. Nope, looks all good. So if we take Harvest, we plonk it in here. Oh, you used to be able to plonk it in there and then modify it. So that's interesting. So it's stuck as is. Good thing I named it. I didn't name that one though. I don't think that's going to change things. Nope. Alright. So, more running back. If we go to the Factoroy. Go here and say book, because we want book and quill. And then we run back through. I don't think I have gravity, and I'm just checking. In fact, I could have checked that without running back. But I'll have a book on hand when I do have it. Okay, Oculus, do I have gravity? I don't. No, I don't. Okay, I need a blue spell point, which means actually that we should, if it's raining outside, which I can't tell because I'm underground, if it's raining outside, oh, I can cause rain. I'm a smarty pants. Alright, so here's the deal. We're going to start it raining, and the way that we do that is we use blood magic. Blood magic, you have options for turning at nighttime, starting rain, and summoning evil angry zombies. So I'm just going to pop away for a second while I remember which that lesser spell is, and come right back once I know what the ritual is. Spell? Ritual. I meant ritual. Alright, see you soon. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to fight this guy, the Water Guardian. He is the very first boss we should have been fighting, but because I don't get it raining often around my base, it's kind of unpredictable, and I haven't been able to predict the rain, or at least force the rain, until now. So that's what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to get blue infinity orbs the easiest. That's what I meant to say. What we need to summon this guy is... Water Guardian can be summoned by creating a redstone inlay circle in any biome that is predominantly water. We know where that is. It's right outside our valley. Then, while raining, throw a boat and a bucket of water into the circle as homage to many ships lost at sea. Okay, that's going to be fine. I have a bucket of water on me, but we need a boat. That bucket of water is actually for something else, but we can refill it. 2 birds, 1 stone. That sort of thing. Plank. I am out of them. Make me a whole bunch. Sweet deal. Alright. But so I'll see you out at the watery bit. Alright, here I am out by the water's edge. I've already set up a little platform for summoning. But I need to start it raining, and for that we need an imperfect ritual stone. Now the cool thing about these guys are you can make them as soon as you have a weak blood orb. You have 4 available weak rituals, I believe, and that one of them is to start it raining, one is to summon a super zombie, one is to make it nighttime, and I'm not quite sure if I can remember what the 4th one does, so I won't say anything. But we want the one that starts it raining, and that's why I'm putting a ring over the top of this, because unfortunately it needs a water source block on top in order to start the rain. And simply all you do is that you take your water bucket, you pour water in the top, and then you right click the imperfect stone and it starts raining like mad. This is a big thunderstorm now. It's not just normal rain, it's an actual thunderstorm. So we have a water bucket and a boat, and now we're going to summon our friend the Water Guardian. In goes the water bucket, in goes the boat, and here's our Water Guardian, who we're going to promptly kill. And he's probably going to try and drown me, because he has a spell which makes you sink to the bottom. Which I think he just cast on me just then. Yes, I cannot swim up. That's a pity. No! Get me up. I'm stuck in mud, which makes this even harder. Here we go, it wore off. Alright. Where is he? Just there. Ah, no, he got me again. Okay, well, I'll just take you out down here then. Guy. Bring it. Bring it. I don't need no land. Or breath. Or whatever. Oh, he's actually kicking my ass. Run away! Run away! That's a creeper. I had no idea he was doing that much damage. Ow. Oh no. Run away! This guy does so much damage. Compared to the, you know, the Air Guardian who's meant to be stronger. That ain't nothing. I really need some sort of healing. Ow. Knock it off. Oh, he's coming for me. Ow. Ow. I think that's just a clone. Maybe it's a clone? Whoa. Excuse me. I'm busy. Oh no, that was the real one. Interesting. Okay, cool. We got a water, a blue infinity orb, which is exactly what we came for. Alright, so now I have a blue skill point. Let's go back inside and spend it. Okay, back inside, and the first thing we're going to do, gravity, because we need gravity. Alright, so let's try this again. We want that book and quill. Oh no, what did I do with that book and quill? I guess I put it back in the factory, and now I've gone in the wrong direction rather than through the portal. Dear, oh dear. Okay. So, book and quill, thank you. Oh, by the way, that I was making those apples because I was converting some of my red heart canisters into yellow canisters since I had miniature hearts from a few of the elementals. Of course you need the red ones to get the yellow ones. And the red ones are actually, at this point, a lot rarer than the yellow ones. So, book and quill. We want it to be a projectile, we want it to have gravity, and we want it to be area of effect. And then we want it to be harvest. Right? So now this will be called harvest 2, because it works. Take out the book and quill, and now I'll go get the spell components and be right back. Alright, here I am with all the raw components. I need some more Vintium dust, a couple of blank runes, and one of them gets turned into a green rune. And the other thing I realized is I need some earth essence, so this is a good opportunity for you to see me using the essence refiner if I haven't already done that on camera. But then you do that, and see how it's blinking? It means that it doesn't have enough mana. To solve that, we simply grab some Vintium dust, plop it in there, make sure our thing is hooked up because I think that bug still exists in my current version. Ugh, I hate that colour of blue, it's so hard to see. 14.14, but it's running now. So once this turns purple, which it will in a second, we'll get some earth essence. Awesome. Now, with our harvest 2, podium, blank rune, Vintium dust, arrows and snowball, earth essence and compass, moonstone, and air essence, and then mana. Ooh. Hang on. Why aren't you hooked up? Why aren't you hooked up? Right, there we go. And TNT. And green rune. And shears, and then spell patterned. Right, now this harvest should actually work. And I am fine with calling you harvest 2, but we will also give you... Oh, that's what I should have used for growth. give you that one. Awesome. So now, spellbook. This harvest one is a waste of space, so I'm actually just going to let it decay. Ugh. Let it decay. There we go. I don't know how that's going to show up on camera. I just clicked outside of the window. Harvest 2, great. So if we go to the agriculture section now, hopefully gravity fixed that problem we were having. Fingers crossed. Hehe. Well, it didn't seem to. Let's try it on something it might know better. Yeah. I think it's bugged after all. That's kind of unfortunate. Oh, well. That was going to be very fun and make harvesting this stuff a lot easier for me. But it doesn't seem like it's going to work quite the way that I wanted it to. I guess I'll report that to Mythian if it hasn't already been done so. But now I'm just going to take a break and then come back once I know what we're going to do with blood magic going forward, because we're going to want to make a devoted blood magic room similar to how we made a devoted Ars Magica and a devoted Thorncraft room. And I have some ideas floating around in my head for that one. So I'll be back once I have something better planned in mind. See you soon. Alright folks, here I am down at Y level 15. Above me is this huge drop, and right at the top, if I face this direction, is the magic section hallway. Hooray! So what I'm going to do is somewhere on the screen right now will be the plan for the blood magic rune. The yellow is the lava that's going to be in the room on the bottom, and the lighter red colour is the nether brick that's going to cover it, because I want it to feel kind of demonic in here, because it is like blood magic. Blood magic's kind of like evil magic, or at least nasty magic. In the four corners you've got those kind of shaped circles. Those are going to be pillars that reach to the roof, so there's going to be 4 of those. The platform in the middle obviously is where the altar goes, planned out for a tier 5 altar eventually. And then on the right you have the ritual of binding, and on the north side, or the top side of the picture, on that platform you have the Ballad of Alchemy. And then the southern platform is going to be like the work platform where the suit constructor goes and things like that. So that's the plan, and I'm going to get digging now that that's off the screen. And I'm going to start digging out that way. And this area basically is going to be 31 out in each direction from either of these sides. And sorry about the ticking, I've just been back and forth to the test world, so it's memory leaked everywhere, and I'm going to have to restart after I cut here anyway. So see you soon once this is all dug out. Okay, I'm back briefly. I just wanted to show you that I've dug out the very first layer. It's going to go quite high up, which is why there's the bigger fall in the first place. I've dug out the shape of the area. Now I've got to work on its vertical placement. So this platform is probably going to stay where it is, Y level wise. It's not going to go up or down, but these end platforms will probably be raised up one, maybe 3 blocks or so, so that they're about here where I'm looking, more like here actually. These pillars obviously are going to go floor to ceiling. They're going to be shaped a little bit, but that is basically the size of what we're looking at. So yeah, and this is going to be an arched bridge over to the altar platform. So it's going to arch upwards and come back down. Yeah, so I'm going to get digging out the rest of it, which might take some time. Basically up as high as I need it to go. So I'll see you soon. Bye bye. Alright, I'm back briefly yet again. We have dug out just the bits of what I'm calling the stencil for explanation purposes. Dug that out, and I'm going to use a little trick to dig out the rest of the blood magic room as best as I can. And this trick I learned off Vagram. If I haven't told you about Vagram, he's a really awesome YouTuber, and he does a lot of videos including hot blocks, and that's where I learnt this trick. So if you haven't seen Vagram yet, I highly encourage you to go look at his content, because he is an amazing Minecrafter. He really gets into the nitty-gritty of things and really explains how and why something can be so useful. So go check him out, because I reckon he deserves all the praise he can get. So this trick that he taught me through his video on the digital miner is that the digital miner doesn't necessarily have to just be used for mining. It can be used for removing or adding any blocks that you want to, as long as you have something to replace. And how we're going to do that is basically I'm going to set it up like I normally would, with a chest feeding into my system, because I do want to get everything. So we want to reset it. We don't want to replace anything. Silk off, pull on, pull off. That's what we want. And then we simply delete all these. These are the old settings. And what I want to do is I want to clear out from here till about layer 9, right? So from 14 to 9 needs to be air up to these walls, and this room is just big enough for that. If it was a bit bigger, it wouldn't be so useful in that endeavour, but if we then say configure, we want to say or dictionary, and all we want to do is put a star in there and say go. Now it will dig up absolutely everything that it can find. As you can see, it's just cycling through everything. Hit save, and then radius 31, not 32, because it's 31 out from its center block. So including its center block, that would be 32. And then we want to set the height. So we want it to be maximum 14, minimum 9. Right? So now everything from layer 14 down to layer 9 will be dug out as soon as I turn it on. Go. 16,000 blocks. If we look around, if we're lucky, we might start seeing blocks just vanish. How are you doing? You're not counting down. Why not? Maybe it's looking through specific things in the old dictionary and not finding anything. No? Here's what we'll do. Just to get this... Huh, I forgot to put the full one in there. That would be why. There we go. Now maybe if we look, we'll start seeing blocks disappearing randomly. Are we going to get lucky? Yeah, I think it goes from the bottom to the top, so we're unlikely to see the blocks disappear. But as you can see, I'd have to, by hand, hammer out 16,500 blocks. So I'm not going to do that, and I'm just going to let this sucker do it. So yeah, I'll be back once that has dug out everything and I can show you its handiwork. See you soon. I'm back briefly because I forgot to say one thing. I turned pull off because pull pulls from a chest that sits on top of the digital miner that would be doing the replace blocks, but since we're not replacing with anything, I turned pull off, and that once again lowers the required energy. So right now the digital miner is using as little energy for this job as it possibly can, considering it is a 9 times speed, 9 times energy efficiency digital miner. So that's cool. I'll see you soon. Okay, I'm back, and it's time to wrap up. So what I've done, as you can see, is the digital miner is doing its work. You can see it working over there on the roof. I got it to finish up with the bottom, and now it's working on the roof. But underneath it's perfectly flat and empty, everything removed except I placed these back. And I've also created struts. I also took a couple of trips into the nether and mass equal exchanged the nether fortress. So now a lot of the nether fortress is actually made out of netherrack and cobblestone. So, as you can see, our platforms are ready, and the lava is not yet poured in, but next episode, along with this roof being raised quite a bit, it's going to go all the way up to, let me see if I can, no, I don't think I can get up to the, show you, but it's going to dig up until layer 38, so that'll be 20 spaces above this point. So there's 18, so it'll be 20 above that. 18 is that spot. So quite big roof indeed. So yeah, next episode we'll look at filling this place with lava, and we have to wait until the roof is done with that, because we're bound to come across some water while digging out the roof and more gravel while digging out the roof, and it's going to destroy all the lava we're going to pour in. But while I don't have Buildcraft, which does have a mechanism called a floodgate which will fill an area with a liquid up to the level that the floodgate is on, I do have Rotary Craft, and within Rotary Craft, somewhere within here, there is a machine. Somewhere. Nope. Let's see if we can find it before we wrap up. I've forgotten the name of it, and that would really help when trying to find what you're looking for. Item vacuum, sprinkler, woodcutter, player detector. There's so much in this mod. It's ridiculous. Force field, blast furnace, TNT, coil winder, mob radar. I will find it before ending the episode, I promise. Display screen, work table, cooling fin, aerial camera, solar tower, bucket filler, block cannon, EMP machine, terraformer, different kinds of pipe. Nope. Come on, don't let me down. Auto crafting unit. It is in here somewhere. Somewhere within the annals of Rotary Craft. Anyway, it works very similar to the floodgate. You place it on a layer that you want to fill below it, and it will fill all the block spaces it can find within a solid area. So we will fill this entire area with delicious lava. And support struts, which are going to be completely buried, and those need to go further up, so I've just done that there. I've also brought the thing down here. Unfortunately there was an accident with the digital miner and it took the glowstone off the tops, but that will be replaced. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.